couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They begin on the ground with Kamara. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left in no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Now Wilson. And able to find Kirk complete. He's going to pick up the first down and then some. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20. A big play there for L.A. 51 yards.
I can still hear it reverberate through this thick skull of mine. Crossing routes versus man-to-man coverage, it's a bad matchup for the defense. Those tend to work very well as they run away from a defender.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Flushed out right. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Wilson will throw again. Touchdown, Chargers. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From the 10. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Now Lawrence. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
On third down, Lawrence. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. Finding space at the 40. Still going. Inside the 20. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring. And another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. Looking middle, and that's complete. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. They throw it out right complete. A solid stiff arm. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Lawrence to throw. And it's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know something, big guy? We're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They've had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. A great play there. Doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open.
Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores.
Now a hit and a loose football. And picked up by the Chargers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. Looking for the out route here, and it's completed to Kirk. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Alvin Kamara, his third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and the rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Thrown out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. From the 31, Lawrence. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. Finding room at midfield. Down the right sideline. Inside the 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can he maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. From the 6. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Charger drive about to get going. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
From the 44, Wilson. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Ravens are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
And Lawrence going to smartly hit the deck here as he is able to pick up the first down in the process. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves to James. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41.
Well, his completion percentage continues to rise with that one, but sometimes you want your completion percentage to go down. Maybe you should have thought about throwing that one away.
I was just going to say, it is easier said than done, but that's where you maybe bury it in his feet, make sure he doesn't catch it.
Great call right there. Put it near the receiver, no grounding, nothing like that, but no one gets a chance to pick it off either.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and give him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Lawrence. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 25-yard line. Up the middle, here's Taylor. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. Throw taken in by Taylor, left side. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. I think you would agree, just a good decision right there. Goes for the safe play, gets some yardage out of it.
And showed some toughness as well. As you noted, he stayed right in there. Saw the rush was coming, hung in there, took the hit, dumped it out to the outside, and now they pick up some yardage, and you have a back that's grateful to you and will continue to make plays.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Lawrence will throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now it's Wilson. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Ready? Fellas, let's go. Head go. Foxtrot. Delta.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
quality coverage that time to slow down what's been the main source of offense against them thus far. Got to find a way to slow down that ball in the air.
From midfield now, Lawrence. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 34-yard line. From the gun, it's Lawrence. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this one is incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. But to throw again is Lawrence. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Chargers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away, but the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
They find some open field here, and they're able to get this one across the 35. So we have reached halftime intermission with the visiting Chargers on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. 72 yards. And the Ravens come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
A big play there for L.A. 46 yards. Now Wilson on first down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Kamara up the middle. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Alvin Kamara with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
Takes it at the 7. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Lawrence. He's going to try and go deep again. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is taken at the 18.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going.
The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
By Wilson, hit. It's loose. It's out, fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
On the counter, it's Taylor.
Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. And they'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Now Lawrence. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now, look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Trevor Lawrence
taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Ravens are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going.
Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
48 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one good carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
16 yards is the pickup there at a 1st down for L.A. They run it again with Kamara.
He's got it to the 43 here. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Now Wilson. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 27-yard line. His big day receiving just keeps getting bigger. He's over 200 yards now in the afternoon. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 10 now from the 27. Throwing is Wilson. This is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers.
Again, Kamara. And he's not going too far. In fact, stopped dead in his tracks at the 3.
No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
I said it, let's go. Alpha.
Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. 4th down. Here's Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Ravens come up big down at their own goal line.
Ready?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game. But
and now off to the races down the right side. He's at the 40.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. But that last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And, Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number. And he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a game ball after it's all over.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Now Lawrence.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them, because just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. They blanket.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Chargers are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. Wide open receiver, complete.
Finding room in midfield. Down the sideline he goes. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25.
A big play there for L.A. 56 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Ravens force the turnover. And they'll take over at the 10. Well, this has been a bit of a tough game to figure out when it comes to him throwing the football. He's got the 3 touchdown passes, but now, Charles, this is a 3rd interception.
And those aren't really numbers that you'd like to see balance out. In a normal ledger sheet, if you can balance everything, you feel good about your day. But as a quarterback, you need your ratio to be more like 3 touchdown passes to 1 interception.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 16-yard line.
So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out and a 5-yard penalty.
Jonah Williams, former first-round pick, the guilty party.
The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
On 3rd down, Lawrence.
He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Past the 20. Touchdown. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Ravens have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point try now for Patterson.
And the lead will be cut down to 14.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. The Charger drive about to get going.
As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is taken at the 18. And he is out of bounds right around the 34.
A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return.
And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Aaron Robinson. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. Wilson. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Well, in all likelihood, this ball game's still over. I mean, even with the interception, 2-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, it's better to try and throw than to try and run against it. In any event, I think you're exactly right. Now, the other team can pad their stats. I don't think they're going to win.
Yeah, but still, don't change the channel just yet.
Pass caught, Miller.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down.
Going right side here, and that's complete.
He'll get it inside the 20.
It's a big play there for Baltimore. 45 yards. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
The quick slant caught. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with the clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Patterson back out there to send this one away.
It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Wilson wants to throw it. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And incomplete on the deep ball.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Wilson to throw. He'll air this one out for Kirk. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete. They made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Chargers, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to New England to take on the Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.
God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast, the 6-4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games when swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that's expensive. To hit them either close range or at a distance. If God for me, why bother? I got my game from the Godfather. Top of the food chain, rock bottom. And handle my business when it was my problem. Jeep. Flossing with a gold chain. I got my Turkish road.